Start recording, and there we go.
So we're gonna beat the game, right?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Legend of Jiggles.
Where we finally beat Jiggles. And
Jiggles shall
Jiggles
save the
jiggles.
day. So, you'll see it immediately. I went insane and decided, like I said, to get all the piece of hearts. I decided to actually get all of them.
Oh! Okay.
So,
Why is there something missing?
No, here's the thing, we're not missing it, because we have the item in our inventory. So, first off, let's go get the last piece of heart. You remember how Maggie's the rich girl that was poor?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you have to do all this.
Remember how she said
mailing?
we to give the letter, and then we ran into Naruto and he told us to give the letter to her, and then we didn't do that?
Yeah, we're gonna go do that and get the last
Yeah, that was the last piece of heart. I was like, wait, what's the last one? I'm like, oh yeah, we fucking have the mail. I'm like, oh, we never finished that off. We were gonna do that, and then we just started talking about random bullshit for like the next hour and a half while going to all the various islands. So that's the last piece of heart.
Nice.
I'll talk about this guy later in a bit, but so if you noticed, I put flowers all across town. That was basically another piece of heart. That was annoying, but it wasn't so bad.
Oh, you actually did all the flowers?
Yeah, because we have every piece of heart except... Is that... Could it be the letter from Mo? Let me read it this instant. This is Mo. I like you, Maggie. So much that I want to eat you for dinner. Did you hear that? Those words? This means, must be, can it be? Is this his marriage proposal? You're reading it as that way of eating. That's my feelings have been conveyed to Mo. Lassie understands how I feel. Happiest day of my life. True to love whatever.
She's
It'll be
into
the
that
anniversary of true love of me and Mo.
She's so into that for.
Yeah. Let's thank you for your role in this. To commemorate my anniversary of this, I give you this. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. If that wasn't a piece of heart, I would have yelled. I'd be like, what the fuck's the one I'm missing? And boom! We did it! Okay, bye loser. So, we have every piece of heart. So, one of the pieces... So, I'm gonna actually explain all of the pieces of heart that we needed. That I think we didn't have at the time. Some of them I knew and I just forgot to do. Some of them I didn't know we had to do. So, a majority of the ones we needed were the list of treasure charts. I don't know which ones they were, but basically, some of these treasure charts got us pieces of hearts. I went and did all of those, which was annoying. Because sometimes, one of the treasure charts was from this asshole. If you remember correctly, I said that we need to give some asshole 20 skull necklaces.
Yeah, that was this asshole?
Yeah, that was this asshole. He says that's what Maggie gave, so it's a little bit of like cool like side story and shit that a lot of these side quests had, but I just didn't care because I'm like, this took like all day yesterday. Remember when like I didn't finish until 1 AM and we were talking to each other at like 5 or 4 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah. In the words of KZ, if it's not voice acted, it's not important.
Yeah, it was so basically I started this at like 6 PM yesterday. Or something around that time, like 4 to 6, and finished at 1 AM. Meaning, I did this for basically 6 hours straight. Getting all the other heart pieces we needed. So, yeah. So, this asshole wanted 20, skull necklaces. He's like, oh, that's what Maggie found when she brought back, and that's what he sold to become rich. So those skull necklaces is what Maggie brought back from the Forsaken Fortress because apparently Mo gave her those skull necklaces, and he sold them to become rich.
So are you saying if you sold the skull necklaces, you would get filthy rich?
Well, we're technically already rich. So anyways, in return, he gives you a treasure chart, which is one of the treasure charts you need to get a piece of heart. Another treasure chart, speaking of which, was right here. There was a treasure chest over there that just had 20 rupees. At nighttime, remember how we had to do the auction for a piece of heart?
Yeah.
Well, the next time you do it, it's a treasure chart, which leads to a piece of heart. So, you had to do that as well. There's a lot of shit on Windfall Island. Majority of it was on here. But majority of the piece of hearts, like I said, were treasure charts. That was how we got 2 of them. Another one was this asshole. If you remember correctly, using the fucking camera would cause it to crash. I don't know if it's when we recorded the game. I don't know if we recorded the game it causes it to crash. Don't look over there yet. Like if you use the camera, I don't know if while recording that causes it to crash or if we have more than one picture which causes it to crash. But as long as I have 0 fucking things in my camera, I can take 1 picture. This guy talked about wanting to see his favorite thing in the world, which is round and white and big. And it was a picture of the moon. You can tell that he wants this because if you use the Song of Passing to go at nighttime, he will be up on this ladder up here, looking at the moon, talking about how much he loves it. So you take a picture of the moon, give it to him in the daytime. He gives you a treasure chart. That's what you use. Those assholes. So that's what I had to do for him. This bitch over here was the last person to give us a treasure chart for a piece of heart. She wanted a picture of herself. So just take a picture of herself and give it to her. If you want to actually figure out how you were supposed to figure that out, I believe there was a cutscene that I triggered that was part of the side quest for her, where if you remember, see that balcony up there? If you jump, you can easily jump from it from the windmill. I think we did that before, but I didn't go inside the door, or I fell off immediately, and then I never tried it again. Inside there is a treasure chart, but I don't think that leads to a piece of heart. But if you go inside there and go through this guy's house, you will eventually fall down to the first floor, which will trigger a cutscene between that lady and this asshole in here. He will talk about like, oh, we're not seeing each other, we're not clearly having sexual relations or something like that. And she's like, yeah, I'm only here because I wanted a picture of myself because I'm beautiful. And so that's supposed to suggest that you're supposed to take a picture of herself and give it to her.
Oh.
Yeah, another thing, if you talk to this asshole, he will, after going inside here, he will be like, ooh, you have a picto box? Cool, you can go upstairs and look at these pictures. And they're just pictures of shit that we can see, like that thing, the Forsaken Fortress, jellies, ghost ship, you know, a bunch of random bullshit. I believe if you show him pictures of all these things, it gives you cool fluff dialogue, but we don't care. After which, if you leave and come back in again and talk to him, he asks that since you have a picto box, if you want to become his assistant. He will give you a list of 3 quests for you to take a picture of. So you know, like I said, I could take a picture of one thing at a time. So I went and took a picture of people around town. The first person he wanted a picture of someone sending letters. And there was a specific asshole, this asshole. While doing that quest, he will walk all the way over to the red post box, all the way down here. Right all the way over there. It takes forever. And he will put a letter inside the post box. Then you take a picture of him while he's doing that. Show it to the guy. He's like, oh cool, here's your next quest. The next quest was an asshole inside the cafe over here. He's like, oh, there's someone inside the cafe that is a... He tells you to take a picture of someone who's a fucking scaredy cat. Someone who's super scared all the time. I believe if you talk to this guy, he says he's afraid of earthquakes. So, if you break China, he gets scared. Take a picture of him when he's scared, give it back to the guy. He's like, cool, I want you to go take a picture of people who are in love with each other. But, you know, the 2 people haven't confessed their feelings yet. Which is odd. So, therefore, you can now get a piece of heart from the 2 people who are lovebirds. These 2 people over here. Originally, they don't stand here. I believe the woman stands here, and the guy, walks around the entire fucking island. I believe, and I want to talk to him. I believe the asshole starts walking from here, and he walks around the entire island, all the way back over here, and will walk past the girl. The 2 of them will then look at each other in the eyes, and while they're looking at each other, you take a picture and turn that in. And upon doing that, he will be like, oh, you did it! You've done all the quests I wanted you to do. There's only one thing left. You ever heard of a colored picto box? Which are, you know, pictures in color. He says, if you go and get me a firefly, a colored firefly, I can make your picto box a colored picto box. But he's like, I don't know where to go for that. Forest Haven, you could just find a firefly there, capture it with a bottle, give it to him, he turns your picto box into a colored picto box. which you actually do need. For the girl and the moon guy, you have to take a colored picto photo. If the photo isn't colored, they don't take it. At least that's what the guide said. After which, if you want, if you take a picture, if you talk to this girl after that quest, she talks about how she's in love with this dude. And that the photo guy said if I gave a photo of myself to him, he would like me. So you take a picture of her, give it to him, he'll say, oh man, I should work up my feelings to confess to her. And then she says, ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen tomorrow. So if you go to if you fast forward to tomorrow, and go inside the cafe, the two of them are there together, you talk to them, they said that they started dating, and they give you a piece of heart.
Nice.
So, all of that was for a colored picto box to get 2 treasure charts, which got us 2 pieces of hearts, and 1 for their side quest to get a piece of heart. That was just that. So...
Was it fun doing this all speeded up?
This was a lot of... Not that... Waiting for them to travel around the entire island was sped up, which still took like 5 minutes. Because they walk real fucking slow like. This asshole has the trading mini-game. I mean, the trading side quest, which I still haven't fully done because I don't care because we have all the fucking pieces of hearts from it. So, if you talk to this asshole over here, he'll say, oh man, my stall is fucking shit and empty because all he was selling is that white flower. And he'll say, oh man, I don't have any items to sell at my shop. And he's like, here, I'll give you a flower, find someone to trade. There's this trading side quest to get all of these items in this order. You trade the white flower to get the blue, to get the green, to get the yellow, to get the flag, to get the other flag, to get the idol, to get the totem, to get the gold statue. So this trading side quest has 2 rewards. The first one is the magic armor. You use it, you get more defense, and you look cool, and you use up magic for it. It's pretty cool. It's the only optional item in the entire, well, second optional item in the entire game. We're about to get the other one, because I didn't do that on camera. So this guy, you do that. I actually didn't realize this until, I did it on my own. All the fucking traveling merchants are Gorons.
Are they?
Yeah, I could show you. We could go to Great Fish Isle, because I'll need to show you something there, too.
I didn't know there were Gorons in this game.
Yeah, I totally I didn't realize back when I was a kid that they were Gorons, because they're, like, hiding their entire body, but if you look at them hard enough, you're like, yeah, that's a Goron. So yeah, Gorons are in this game.
You're telling me this fucker's a Goron?
No, not him, the traveling merchants. He's a normal dude.
Alright, well, I want to see
I'll show you the Gorons later, but... So basically, the side quest for this asshole, I looked up a guide. It did it in like 9 steps. If you want to do the completionist, which gets you all of the items, I'm missing like 3. It takes like 12 steps or something. I think my version made me waste 500 rupees, while the completionist makes you waste 800 or something. So, I didn't give a shit. I just did the faster one, because doing the faster one gets you the actual rewards, the magic armor, and the piece of heart. So anyways... I believe what you do is you take the white flower, you go to Great Fish Isle merchant, trade him for the 2nd level flower, and then you give him the 2nd level flower for the 3rd level flower. After you get the 3rd level flower, I believe you go to Bomb Island, and you get the 4th level flower, and then you trade him again to get the 5th level flower. I'm calling them flowers even though they're not, but whatever. After that, you go back to Great Fish Isle, and I think you go up north to Mother and Child Island. See the southern island? That's where the merchant is. Trade him for the 6th level flower, and then you can trade him for the 7th level flower if you go back down to Great Fish Isle. Then if you go back up to Mother and Child Isle, like again, you go get the last item. And upon getting the golden statue, this one right fucking here, which is like 200 rupees, fuck this game, you go back to the guy at Great Fish Isle. If you show him the fucking statue, he gives you a piece of heart.
Nice.
And, so he takes the statue and he gives you a piece of heart. If you come back here, and I think if he has more than 1 stall, or if you have the golden statue, I don't know which one it is. If you talk to him over here, he gives you the magic armor. So that's how I got the magic armor from him. So, speaking of the thing, like I said, I went to Great Fish Isle. there's an actual piece of heart we missed. I kind of knew we missed it, but I was like, oh wait, I don't think there might be one. But yeah, there was a piece of heart on this island. There's a giant spiral mountain you can climb. If you go on the top of it, there's a Deku tree there. You know, for the from the Koroks. If you fly northwest to the middle island, there's a little entryway that you can see that has a treasure chest in it. You open it up and you get a piece of heart. You could have done this a long time ago. It's super free. But yeah, that's how one of the ones I didn't get yet. Another thing that sucked, speaking of, was around here, around Rock Spiral Island. It's basically like halfway between these two areas inside this area, like on the far south, is 2 boats. Destroy both the like water boats because they're enemies, and the game gives you a piece of heart. One of them will have a piece of heart. You have to fish it out of the sea, but you get a piece of heart from it. So that was one, apparently. I didn't know that. That's fucking stupid. Let's see. I think after that, there was a... There's stuff I can talk about. I guess I'll go with Dragon Roost Island next. So, we were missing 2 piece of hearts on Dragon Roost Island. The first one, if you remember, we did the mini game for delivering letters. Upon doing... We did this already. We showed it on screen. If you do the 25 letter sort, if you were able to sort at least 25 letters, you complete the mini game. If you go back, there's someone new working at the desk, and he's a part-time job worker. You show up, he's like, oh man, you're the legend himself, the 25 letter sorter, in like 25 seconds. That's amazing. Hey, can you show me how you do that? That's so cool. If you do it for him, he's like, oh, that's so amazing. Here, deliver this letter to my mom. Basically, you take the letter to the post box, and the next time you show up at a post box, you get a letter from the mom saying, thank you for making my son happy. Here's a piece of heart.
Oh, that's nice.
So, we just do the side quest again, get a letter, deliver it, you get a piece of heart. The other one is, that was where the guy, there was one of the Rudos is a tribal chieftain. If I remember, I told you before that getting 12 golden feathers from like the bird, 20 golden feathers from like the birds and the little flying contraption assholes. You need to get 20 to deliver it for a quest. It was a guy here. He was one of the tribe's chiefs, guards, right? Like, so outside the chief's room, there's a guard. Talk to him, he'll talk about golden feathers. Give him 20. He gives you 100 rupees, but then he sends those feathers to his girlfriend. His girlfriend sends you a piece of heart in the mail thanking you for helping out her boyfriend or whatever. And that's how you get another piece of heart from Dragon Roost Island. After that, let's talk about the 3 we missed on Outset Island. So there were 3 we missed on Outset Island. If you remember correctly, there was a Triforce chart that we had to go there, which was like 30 floors of like enemy rooms where we had to fight like a shit ton of enemies to get a Triforce chart. There was 50 floors to that, but on the 30th floor, it requires you to have the mirror shield. We didn't have it at that time, so we stopped at the 30th floor. Since I have the mirror shield, I'm able to break open the thing that we couldn't break open before, and then complete floors 40 to 50. Which is actually kind of upsetting, because everything in the 40s were weak to the mirror shield, so there were a bunch of Redeads and Choo-Choo Jellies that could turn to stone and pose. So that was a huge fight that I had to do. And the last 10 floors from like the last 10 up to 50 or whatever, those were all fucking like endgame enemies, right? Like Dark Nuts, Riz Robes. There was just one room that was pitch black but filled with bokoblins, and I'm like, this is annoying. Or like, the last room was just 4 Dark Nuts, and if you aggro one, they all aggro on you. And the room had a bunch of flamethrowers on the side that if you got near the edges of the room, they would just light you on fire. We've only ever seen that in one place so far, and that was in the Forsaken Fortress. So that's pretty insane. So yeah. I beat that, you get a piece of heart. The 2 others on Outset Island. Were there 2 others? Well, there was that. Was there only 1? Oh yeah, there were 2. So, if you remember, there's a giant black pig. we could have done this a long time ago, but I didn't know about this one. This was one I didn't know. Was, you could take the black pig, you can pick it up because we have the cool bracelets now that we got from that one area in the game. Power bracelets. You can pick up the pig, and you can carry him to the other island. So where the giant black pig is, just carry him to the other island. The one with our, you know, our little fort.
Yeah.
At the beginning of that second island, there are 2 dirt patches near the ocean. Well, near the beach, more like it. Bring the black pig to the lefternmost dirt patch. Throw bait on the floor. The pig will dig into the ground and get you a piece of heart. Really easy. I just didn't know about that one. I knew you could have him dig for stuff, but I didn't know you could get a piece of heart from it. The other one is... So remember how we did the fighting quest to like learn how to spin and we had to fight him 100 times?
Yeah.
So if you do that but 500 times, you get a piece of heart.
Wait, did you say 500?
Yeah, 500, half of 1,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that took a while. I started to use our Game Shark save states because I would be like, I went through 100 without getting hit once and then I get owned and I get sad. Or I'm like, the real big issue was the counterattacks, because I would want to do counterattacks because I could get in attacks and do more damage, which means the counter goes up higher and faster. The guy has 2 different attacks. He can do an overhead swing or a sweep. If you do the counterattack where you jump at him and he does an overhead swing, he hits you and you die. If you do the counterattack where you roll and he does the sweep attack, he hits you and you die. Well, not in one hit, but you take a hit. And you can only take 3 hits. So it was basically me fighting the counterattacking thing the entire time. I then realized you could just block his attacks with the shield, and I said, fuck it, I'd rather be done with this now than try and use counterattacks and have it be like, I didn't want to do the jump attack, I wanted to do the roll attack, and then I died. So I just would use shield. It was a lot slower, but it was a lot safer. Anytime he would block my attacks, I would just hold the shield, he would hit it, and then I get more free attacks in.
Yeah.
And I would get a piece of heart after 500. So that took fucking forever.
Why aren't you going over this when you went to a fucking dungeon?
Well, here's the thing, we're not done yet. We don't have all the items in the game, and we're missing one.
Oh,
because the only thing left is the final dungeon.
Go get it!
We're not done yet. So that was everything on Outset Island. That was everything on Great Fish Island. That was everything on Dragon Roost Island. So, apparently, there was one big octo we missed. There was a big octo north of Tingle Island around here that would give us a piece of heart. There was the one down here that got us double magic. There were 2 others that got you, like, rupees. But there was one right over here that we didn't do, because why the fuck would we ever go up here? Where you fight it and you get a piece of heart. It was the last one I was missing because I didn't know if I did this or not. And I didn't know if I because the game doesn't tell you if you beat this big octo or not. You have to go there and see if you beat it. So this was the last one I got before Maggie. The last one I got in that day. And I was so upset. So it's in the, see like this entire area, that's the ocean and the island. In the bottom left hand corner of the area, there are 3 platforms. Directly to the west of those platforms is a big octo. We just never happened to go there, so...
You mean in the exact opposite direction of where there's anything in that chart?
Yeah. See where the, imagine if this picture was flipped upside down, and then, flipped sideways. That, like, where the island would be where the, big octo is. So, that was the last one I was missing. And that was the most annoying one, because I had to go through the entire list of all 44... heart pieces to find out which one I was missing. Because I didn't know if we did this or not. And I'm like, oh my god, this is annoying. That was one we were missing. Another one we were missing was really stupid here on Headstone Island. So, it was basically the equivalent of what we did last time with the bird. So, we get a fucking bird with the pair. We control the bird. On the top of Headstone Island, the very tippy top is a piece of heart. Grab it with the bird, you get it.
Cool.
Yeah, so I did that. So, another thing I didn't mention yet was a lot of the treasure charts that I didn't have by this point in time that had heart pieces were from these islands. So you would go to all the two-eye reefs, the Cyclops reef, the six-eye reefs, three-eye reefs, all of the reefs. If you go there, defeat all of the boats, and defeat all of the cannons, like the cannons on the side of a fucking, the wall that would shoot at you with, if you hit them once with the bomb, they explode and don't come back. And if you destroy all the boats, a treasure chest will spawn. So, you defeat, basically at all of these reefs, if you defeat all the boats and cannons, a treasure chest spawns that you have to fly to because it's on one of the eyeballs in the middle, to get a treasure chart that would give you a piece of heart, most likely. And you had to do all of them.
Okay.
So that was a thing I had to do. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I didn't get. Oh, there we go. I did the side quest for all the Dekus. The Koroks.
You did that?
The Deku trees, yeah.
You actually did that?
It wasn't, there was 8 places. I had a guide. It wasn't, so I didn't have the water run out. When you get the water, it has a 20-minute timer. I did it in like 12 minutes. I had a guide, but yeah, I did that. There's 8 places. I don't know the exact, I don't remember all places, but you go from Forest Haven, there's one here, there's one here, there's like one up here, there's like one on this island to the south, there's one over here, there was one on Shark Island. There was like only 8 of them, and I used a guide to tell me where I had to go, and I didn't one bit. Also, if you talk to this guy, he thanks you for making him poor, which is funny. I'm trying to think. No, we did that. I think, yeah, that was all clear. Diamond Step, Five Eye, Shark, Southern Ice, Forest, Cliff Plateau, Bird's Peak. No, we already did that on screen. Bomb Island, we did that on screen. We did that on screen. We did that. Stonewatcher Island. There was one here. I had to come here for a treasure, for a piece of heart. I don't know what I had to do here, but I had to go there. So there's one here, so do that. I don't know what it was though. There was nothing there. There was nothing there, nothing there. I already told you that one. There was nothing. These are the reefs. There was nothing there, there was nothing there. There was nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. I think I already told you about the boat. Oh, wait. I think Stonewatcher Island is, there were 3 platforms or something, like, you know those giant platforms out in the ocean that had the enemies on them that shoot cannons at us?
Yeah.
I think there's one here on Stonewatcher Island that if you go up there and defeat and destroy all the cannons, not the enemies, the cannons, you get a treasure chest that has a piece of heart in it.
Nice.
So that's weird. I didn't know that. Other than that, let's see. No, we did that. I think that's it. I think that is basically all of the piece of hearts I had to get in the game. But there was one last thing we haven't done yet. And I'm gonna do that right now. But I believe that was every piece of heart in the game. Oh wait, I forgot to mention. I kind of showed you that I did it, but like I said, if you plant the entire island with the flowers, Caleb, see this? Yeah, if you do that with the entire island and talk to this guy, he thanks you and gives you a piece of heart. I believe each of these flowers cost 10 rupees. All the other ones are more expensive, like the blue is 20 and the golden statue is 200. So I just bought the white flower because it's 10 rupees. And I planted them all across the island. The only problem is, You can only buy 3 at a time. So I bought 3 flowers at a time and planted them across the entire bloody island.
Oh no, Luis.
What?
I lost all my progress.
That's cool. I didn't want to go inside here. So there's one last thing, I want to do before I tell you I have to go and help my dad. Because he just came in my room and told me that.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
How long is that gonna take? You know, we could have beaten this game.
Well, we wouldn't have. It took 30 minutes to just explain everything so far, which is funny and hilarious to me. This is one episode where I tell everyone how I got at least 30 heart pieces in the past, like, 6 hours. So, we're missing one last thing. Oh, did you bring me drawer pendant set again? Wow, I brought you 43. Thank you, now you have 64. I shall give you this very special piece of jewelry. Now close your eyes, dear. The item is so rare, there is not like anything like it in the world. We got the mask! This mystical trinket gives you the ability to see the life forces of your foes. Equip it on the quest screen item. What do you think when you wear it? You get to see monster HP. I look cool. Let's go. And that's it. With that, ignoring all the random treasure charts that get us random treasure charts or gold rupees, we have 100% of this game, ignoring this guy's 3 missing items. Every piece of heart in the game and every item.
Nice.
I even went and got fairies and elixir.
Cool. So now we can go beat the game.
Yes, the only thing left we need to do is go to the Tower of Gods and be like, yo, we have the Triforce of Courage, bitch, and 20 health. So I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna save, and that'll be the end of this episode. And then when we come back, we'll go through the last dungeon in the game.
Cool. When's that gonna be?
Oh no, it could be later tonight, or it might be next week. See, for you've only seen Wind Waker for 30 minutes, and I'm like, ah yes, this is the 7th hour of Wind Waker in 2 days. I don't want to start the quest. I don't want to start the ending portion, so I'll just save the game here. And so, until literally maybe a couple of hours from now for us, or until next episode for whoever's watching. What a good episode where I just sit down and explain for 30 minutes how I played the game for 7 hours.
And I tried really fucking hard to just tell you, no, stop.
I know, I felt that energy from you.
Like, is this necessary?
No, I needed you to understand how bad it was. You know what didn't help? This. No, not this. This.
What is that?
This is the location of all the piece of hearts in the game.
Oh.
It doesn't help me because it doesn't cross them off if I've done them. I got this, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so useful, and then I'm like, oh shit, which ones have I done yet? See, you see that one that says ×9? That's Windfall Island. Yeah, fuck that. It was like, oh yeah, I've been here and here and here. I'm like, oh yeah, those ones I've clearly done. I'm like, oh yeah, we got one from the post box. Oh yeah, that's the Deku Tree one. Oh. Oh wait, I could actually show you. Because I have to leave in like less than 20 minutes, but if we start playing the game, it'll take longer than 20 minutes because cutscenes.
You might as well show me the Gorons then too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. So I'm going to show you the Deku trees after they've been fully watered, and the Goron, because there's 2 at this place. This is still the same episode, I guess. Because it'd be weird to make this like 5 minutes its own episode. Boop, 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 boop. They all the Gorons have different outfits. They're like all wearing different like clothing, so it's kind of cool. So you can see it pop in just there. It's
What?
on the spiral mountain here.
Oh,
It's the right there at the top.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right on top of there is the that tree right there is the
Tree.
Deku tree when it grows up fully. And this is a Goron.
I'm gonna need you to get closer. That is a motherfucking Goron! I
Yeah.
never knew!
Yeah, meaning.
I never knew!
Also, you can see right there that hole over there inside that mountain. That's where the piece of heart was. What you do to get it is you go on top of the spire up there where the tree is, where the Deku tree is, and you fly over to there. You can almost see that. Yeah, you can see the treasure chest up there. That's where the piece of heart was. I knew about a piece of heart being on this island, but I kind of fucking forgot about it. So yeah, you just fly from that island over to this little entryway and you get a piece of heart. But yeah, that motherfucker's just straight up a Goron. The side quest took forever. It was probably the longest thing, but being able to speed up the game made it a lot easier.
Yeah?
And man,
Yeah,
we
I'm
have-
excited.
Yeah?
I get to restart all of fucking XD again because all my saves got corrupted.
Nice. Yeah. You could also tell if you hover over which ones were piece of heart treasure charts. Like, oh, this one was a piece of heart, and this one was, but this was a treasure, but this was a piece of
Luis,
heart.
I need you to understand, I just lost 6 hours of my
That's
life.
cool. That would be like if I played all day yesterday and forgot to save.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God, that sounds terrible.
I want you to know how upsetting this is right now.
Yeah. The best thing was just learning Ballad of Gales. That helped so much. It also made me upset because I'm like, if this was like the Ocarina of Time, I'd be able to do down, right, left, down, up, right? But I have to hold down, hold right, hold left, and then hold up. Because you have to wait for the time to do the input, which is kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
And that, we've done everything in the game. Now all we have left is to do the thing. We just go forward.
Which won't be till next week!
Or
Woo!
3 hours from now, who knows? Until then, bye-bye.
Bye!
We have magic armor. I'm gonna take a picture of Ganon.
Dude, I need you to take a picture of motherfucking Ganon when you kill him.
That's a cutscene.
Okay, just before you kill him.
Yeah, I mean, Game Grumps did that, that's funny. But don't worry, they played the HD version and they took a selfie with Ganon.
That's the proper way to play all.
That's because in the
Okay.
HD version, the game lets you take a selfie with your picture box.
That's the proper way to play all video games that let you take selfies.
You have to
You have
do
to
it
take
with the final
selfie after
boss.
the final boss.
Yeah, glad Game Grumps have that understanding. Yeah.
It's the only understanding they act.
No, they're good at some games, just not a lot of them.
Well, like what?
Oh man, I can't remember which one it was, because I don't know the fucking name of it. Yeah.
But I don't think they're good at any video games. They weren't even good at fucking Paper Mario.